I don't know if you read food labels. I usually don't, but this one caught my attention. This is an adhesive-backed food label that was placed over and stuck over the original one here. I started reading it. The numbers are different on it. Look at it. Total fat 11%, total fat 17%, total carbs 5%, total carbs 8%. That got me thinking, other than this label being English and French, so there's a language upgrade between the two of them, how the hell did the numbers change if it relates to the same food? So I started crunching the numbers, and in this video I'll explain a little bit about the kind of loopholes the food manufacturing industry creates for itself to make the foods more marketable or more sellable, and they basically get money out of your pocket. And yeah, some of the stuff that they get by is revolting. Oh, by the way, this is the product. This is how it looks like. It's all green. I ate yay much. Well, the product stinks like death and tastes like sawdust, but hey, it's a superfood or whatever. It's supposedly good for you. It's gluten-free and GMO-free and everything free and high in this and that, and no thank you, co-founders Aaron and Charlie. This product is revolting. But of course, if you like it, good for you. Just eat it, buddy. You might as well just send your money over to Aaron and Charlie and get nothing in return. So let's get over the details here. First off, between the two labels, the serving sizes are different. Here the serving size is 28 grams and the serving size is 47 grams. If you can explain it to me why 47 is inherently better than 28, do let me know, because I'm at a loss here. You know, if this 28 was rounded up to 30 grams or 50 grams, because whatever, round numbers, yeah, I could get it, but 47 is just as retarded as 28. So if you have any insight on this one, go forth. Next one, because this one is based on a smaller serving size, this is only 120 grams, whereas this one is, 120 calories, and this is 200 calories. So everything in the product is proportionately less. It's only 7 grams of fat, 14 carbohydrates, twice as much, and 4 grams of protein. Here it's 11 grams of fat, so carbs should be 22, yeah, close to, that's 23, and 6 grams of protein, so those are proportionate at least. However, if they describe the same product, how is it possible that the percentages are different? Like I said, 17, 11, 8, and 5, and the proteins don't have a percentage number. So, it took me a little while, and this is how the numbers go. The food manufacturing industry, because there's food and there's food manufacturing. This is food manufacturing. The manufacturing industry tries to come up with numbers that are usually in the tens or 20s at the most. Okay, or preferably and possibly as low as as you can get by in terms of figures in these columns. These numbers do not relate to the product. The product does not contain 17% fat or 11% fat. The percentages always have a base. They always relate to something, and in these percentage columns, I'm telling you, this is not the product. This is how the math works. On the bottom here you can see that in every gram of fat there's 9 calories. So let's crunch the numbers here. 7 grams there times 9 calories each, so that's, you're getting 60, let me just write this way, so that's 63 calories. So 63 calories out of 120 calories, that's not 11%. Let's do the math here. 63 out of 120, yeah, you're looking at, sorry guys, there, something like that. You're looking at 52%, you can see those numbers well enough. You're looking at 52% fat. So 52% fat. Now, Of course, the product is unsellable if it says 52% of it is fat, because you might as well just send you over to a jug of safflower oil or sunflower oil and just eat it by the teaspoon or tablespoon, whatever you like, because the product is soaked and saturated by safflower or sunflower oil, in which this is fried, and then there's nothing in it, there's nothing alive in it once it's done frying. So that's why it's 52% fat. So if it's 52% fat, what is 11%? Let me just verify that this is indeed 52%, given these numbers as well. 11 grams times 9 calories each, so that's 99 calories that you're eating, and 99 out of 200 is close to 50% fat, okay? Alright, it's 49.5%, something like that. I'm just gonna round it up to the nearest 50. Alright, so this is just a hair under 50 based on these numbers, but probably that 11 is a figure that the manufacturer arrives to by rounding something up. And that 7, rounding something down, and this 7 is something that they arrive to by rounding something up. We calculated that it's 63 calories in fat. There they state it's 60. They could have rounded it down to the nearest 60, you know, the nearest 10, but probably it's not 7 grams, it's 6.8 whatever, and so it's 60. Even so, 60 out of 120, we're still looking at around 50% fat. They don't want to put those numbers, those are ugly numbers, those are alarming numbers, and they don't want to market it to you that way, because you as the consumer, you can take 11 or you can take 17, but 50, you know, who in the right mind would buy something with 50% fat? So what these percentage numbers relate to is a daily value. It's not a fat amount, it's a daily value amount, and there's a little asterisk there. The explanation of the asterisk here says that it's a percent daily value based on 2000 calorie diet. So it's somewhat related to, it's 11% of the 2000 calories or something like that. Alright, it's not of the product, it's of the diet. Okay, they make these slight little changes to make themselves look better. Now, in a 2000 calorie diet, if you want 30% of it to be fat, you can eat 65% fat calories, because 65 grams times 9, let's just do this, 65 times, I'm just trying to hold it to minimize glare, 65 times 9 equals 585 calories over 2000. There you have 29%. So if you want to keep your fat intake under 30% of your total calories, then you're allowed, out of 2000 calories, 65 grams of food to be fat. So 65%, or this 11% is, if you work with the 7% gram, 7 gram out of 65 grams is 11%. Yeah. 7 out of, what was the number? 65? 65 equals, there's your 11% there, 10.7. Okay, so that's the 11%. But now we're talking about grams. These are percentages of grams. Okay, so these percentages again do not relate to the product, they relate to the diet, and they relate to the diet in grams. But the diet in calories will have different percentage numbers if you recalculate everything based on calories, because percentage calories and grams calories are different. You'll see it's going to be different numbers. One last note here, courtesy of co-founders Aaron and Charlie. An interesting ingredient at the bottom of the list that's not included on the English only side, but it is on the English and French side. Here you have silicon dioxide listed as ingredient. By law they list the ingredients in order of quantity. So most is kale and least is silicon dioxide. What silicon dioxide is, there's a common name for it. Its name is quartz. You can look it up on your Wikipedia or whatever sources you like. Silicon dioxide, SiO2, is quartz. Quartz is the main ingredient in sand. You're eating the sand that's on your beach and on your riverbanks. The same kind of sand, okay? There's nothing special about it. In terms of manufacturing, it's a little bit reasonable, because the fresh product, as it comes out of the oil frying, it's moist and it's wet, and the spicing or whatever is going to clump together. So some silicon dioxide, some sand is put into it to keep it from clumping together when it's all wet, because it gets bagged into an airtight bag that's sealed. So they want to try to keep the moisture under control so it doesn't condensate and doesn't make it look disgusting. However, you're still eating sand from the beach and paying for sand from your beach. So that's how the food industry works. That's how they fudge the numbers, and they try to get away with it. They try to make it look like as these figures as low as possible. However, if you put a little bit of thinking in it, these numbers are revolting. You're probably better off just eat the kale on its own. And but again, like I said, if you want to donate your money to Aaron and Charlie, go for it. Enjoy life.